Okay, Bridget, carving tip before you turn. Little patience at the top of that turn.
Okay.
Don't even think turning as much.
Just tipping?
Just tip, but tip before direction change. How about that?
I was definitely trying to remember that I need to be steering a little bit with my inside leg. Is that the wrong language to use?
Yeah, well, it's tipping with that inside leg. Careful not to steer it because you could get a very subtle diverging of that inside ski tip. You want it to track and match that outside ski tip. So at this point, Bridget's stance is all over the place. It's wide, it's narrow. What I talk about is maintaining the sames, always the same stance width, and the tips and tails always the same distance apart. That's the goal, and that takes awareness. Okay, so take those thighs of yours as if you had neon lights right down here and flash those lights into the hill. Yeah, a little quicker, little. Well, how much stronger was that?
Yeah.
That was huge. That's it. That's the edging movement. Okay, get to the cuff of that boot. There you go. Get both those legs to match. There you go. Waking up those legs. All that edging out of the feet and legs. There you go. What'd that feel like?
It was so fun, and then it actually felt more stable.
How so?
Instead of it feeling like I don't know how to say it. It was like I was on this foundation that I was just standing on it, and even though I should have, in my mind, felt more at risk of something happening that was bad, I felt more like I was grounded.
You were rolling that ski on edge, bending it into reverse camber. The ski tip and tail were biting. Yeah. And the ski is made for that type of turn.
And I didn't feel like I was going to get thrown. So especially on the ski that I'm on, where it's like it is such a powerful ski.
Yeah.
You can sometimes feel like you're going to get popped. But you which is a fun feeling. Yeah. At the right time.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Everyone talks about having a quiver of skis. For me, I feel like I've learned. I now have a quiver of turns, and so I just have so much more fun skiing now, because that feeling of like, I'll never be a racer, but to be able to be out there and come off of a mogul run and be on, a groomed stretch and just throw out some really fun carved turns. I'm like, yes, I did all that ski conditioning for a reason. And it's just such a exhilarating feeling to be able to do that. There's been so many moments where I felt like I was the bomb. I was amazing. And then I have you or my instructor down in Taos, or someone who's like, oh no, we're stripping it back down way to the basics. You got some issues. No one says I have issues to my face, but it's clear.
They just run you through some drills.
Yeah, and take me off of like steeps and put me on groomed catwalks.
Being a student of skiing is an interesting thing, because it's difficult for a lot of people to gauge our skillfulness. Like, how good are we, right? Yeah. Like, do you get to the bottom of the run the fastest? In golf, it's pretty easy to tell. If you keep hitting your ball into the lake, or if you keep hitting your ball into the woods, then you know you need a lesson, right?
Every time.
Then you know something's wrong. But in skiing, we don't have that kind of thing. So you really need to take it upon yourself to decide if you want to explore becoming more skillful and getting better.
I was just thinking about when we first were skiing together, and I was just learning how to carve and getting onto steeper terrain and be like, hey, I'm gonna go. And you be like, oh no, you're gonna get hurt. Like you don't have the strength. And I'm like, but my name is Bridget. It means strong. and but just not even realizing I didn't have like the strength or the technical skill to be able to handle those high forces.
So what are you changing? What do you, when you're not able to make that carve, then what do you decide to do?
I need to use more of a shorter radius turn, more steering, and I need to use the hillside more to slow me down. Yeah, I need to be kind of having a more shaped turn going up the hill to use that to slow me down.
But it's really changing up your tactics, isn't it?
Yeah.
And understanding there are different choices to be made.
Yeah, I'd still have a hard time switching between things though sometimes. Once I get going too fast, I need to work on that.
Yeah.
Not getting so fast.
Yeah,
recognizing it sooner.